Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy DJ City Manos, and I got a message. Some guy said he had trouble with his lights, and I plugged up my mydmxgo, got everything set up, and I wanted to go through a few things to make sure that his is actually working. So I connected everything on here, and the very first thing that you do when you plug it up, make sure that you have this on DMX1, because there's two of them. You have DMX2 and DMX1. Make sure you have it on DMX1. All right, so that's the first thing you do. Put it on DMX1. Don't know what DMX2 is for, but put it on DMX1. Second, when you turn on your lights, you got to understand your lights. Do I have it on? Understand your lights. Let's go through the lights first. So let's go through the modes first. So I have mine on address 48. Okay, you have to have it on an address. And where did I get 48 from? I got it from my my DMXgo. I'll show you right now. But we're gonna go through each one and show you. So we have address 48. We have channels. This light is a 10 channel and a 6 channel. I'm using 10 channels. So it depends on what you're using. You have your fixture set at. Make sure you have it at the right channels. And let me show you over here what I'm talking about. So I'm using and another thing, best part 60, the wedges, and that one uses the same amount of channels. Everything the same colors, everything's the same. So right here, I'm going through, this is that light right there, and I'm using the same wedge fixture, but they're using the same channels. It's kind of cool. I like that. So right here, channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there goes 10. That's a 10 channel mode right here, and it's using address 48. So that's where you make sure you have that correct. So I got it in channel 4. The 10 channel mode. So you go back to it, hit enter. So you have 10 channels and you have 6 channels. Make sure you have it on 10 channels. It depends on what you're using it for. I have mine on 10 channels. 10 channels have the strobe. So you make sure you have it on the right channel. So I'm using 10 channels because they have the strobe. So you're gonna hit mode or enter. So we're gonna get out of the 10 channel mode and we're gonna go through each one. Here goes the colors. You don't do nothing with the colors unless you're using, you're manually controlling it. See, it's moving on its own. So you're gonna go through each one. I don't know what the E, F, I don't know what that is. Probably a fade. That's a strobe. Sound. 10.4G, make sure that's on. Hit what is this one here? Hit enter and make sure it is on. You're gonna have off, you have on. Off, on. Make sure it is on. Okay? Make sure the 2.4G is on. Again, hit enter. Off, on. Make sure it is on. Alright. We're going to go to the colors again. I don't know what the are. Red, green, blue, UV, yellow. I don't know. Purple. I don't know what that is. Now, make sure you have RAN 1, RAN 2. That's where you use the remote. It goes RAN 1, RAN 2. So make sure that you're not even using that. Make sure that it's away from that. So hit enter. You need to be in another address. So make sure that you have yours set at the address. Okay. Now here goes another one that's important. Hit enter. I do not know why they put the ID with the address. I'm not sure why they did that. They should put that. They should separate that. So this ID, what this ID means, I have mine in ID 01. So you have different IDs. You have ID 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 IDs. What is the ID? The ID is this right here. So if you're using a transmitter, this transmitter, you have different little, see mine is blinking red. That's the ID. So they have different colors. You have red, cyan, yellow, blue. I don't know what it is. But there's a little hole in this little thing right here on your transmitter. There's a little hole where you could stick a little pin in there to change the ID. and mine is set to red. If you don't know which one you have it on, this is what you do. If you don't know what color or your ID, you set your tablet in a color. So mine is set to blue. Let me show you. This is blue or no, it's green. This is how you're gonna troubleshoot. Come over here, make sure you got the right. This one here, make sure you have the right address, which mine is set to 48. So that's the right address. You come over here, go to live, and I select. You can't see, but it says green. I have green selected. Now I'm gonna go through each ID until I have connections. And here's where you have to kind of face the light sideways so you can see. So right now, let's change the ID. Let's change the ID. So right now, oops. I already had it on green. So let's try to change the color on this one. Let's put it a different color now. So you can see that this is how you troubleshoot it. So let's say I want to see red. I have mine select red. We're going to change the ID until I have a connection. When this light turns red, this color turns red, that's when you made a connection with your ID. So right now I have an ID. Let's say I'm troubleshooting, right? I'm trying to figure out what ID I'm using. Select your color and then start messing with your ID. Because for some reason this one doesn't have colors. So it goes to ID 2. You go to ID 3 and say, nope, it's still green. I want to see that turns red. ID 4, 5, 6, 7, and right here, the next one should be red. There you go. And you say, I have connection. You know. So you mess with your IDs and select the color first and then go through your IDs and see when is it going to turn the color. And then from there, you get out of your ID, put it back on address. Never want to leave it on, keep it on address. Now let me change the address. Again, it's very important. Let's say your lights are going berserk. You're like, my lights is going berserk. I don't know why. Because I do gigs, man, and next thing I see it, lights are going berserk. Some little kids are messing with the buttons. So let's go select purple. All right, we're going to go back and we're going to mess with the address until I hit purple. Well, I already know the address is 48, but let's say you didn't know, right? That's what I'm saying. It's so important to have the address. So we have to put this back on 48. Once I hit 48, it's going to turn purple. See, right now it's red. I'm getting close. 52, 51. And the next one should be purple. Watch. Boom. There it is, purple. So I have it on 48, purple. So that's it. That's a troubleshooting right there. Make sure you have the right ID. Make sure you have the right address. The fixtures, mydmx or the best part 60s, the wedges, and this one, and the best part 50. They use the same setup, the same channels, the same fixtures. You can use the same fixtures. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the best part 60. Here's the best part 60. Best part 60. That using address 12. If I switch this to address 12, it's gonna control it. I love that. I love that. Because let's say I'm using the best part 60 to watch my dance floor, but let's say that I'm at a gym and my 60s cannot watch everything. I mean, I know a lot of people always tell me, go ahead and get the Chave, what is it called? The Chave, the ones that washes the dance floor. I don't know what it's called, but they keep on telling me get that upgrade or whatever. I'm not gonna do that. These ones, the best part 60s are way better than the Chave. Reason why: one, they're wireless. No, you don't have to hook up no DMX, whatever, nothing to it. They're wireless, DMX, and two, they're battery. I love it. The Chaves, they don't do that. You still have to plug it up to the wall, and you still have to hook up a little donner to it. Now forget that. Best part 60s they knock it out. Yeah, the Chave, they're brighter. They brighter, right? But still, the fact that the battery and the wireless DMX, man, it knocks it out. But anyways, I'm gonna put it to address 12, and I'm gonna show you that it works. So you could either select, when you select your fixtures, you can look for the best part 60s, the wedges. It still works. But if you found the fixture for it, keep it. But I'm using the wedges. If you notice here, I'm using the wedge. Look at the wedge. So let's go back. What address was it? 12. Let's go back and I'm gonna put it on 12, but I'm gonna select a different color. Let's select cyan. So let's go to 12 and I'm gonna show you that it still works. So right now it should be on cyan, but let's change it to 12 now. Address 12. Oops, wrong way. Put it on 12. 9, 10, 11, and boom, cyan. So yeah, you could use your best part 60s, the fixtures on your tablet. You use the 60s, the wedges. I'm using the wedges. So, but if, like I said, if I want to dance, if I'm using my 60s to wash out the dance floor, I need more lights. I could turn these into washes and aim them to the dance floor. You know what I mean? And I just have to select the channel, and they'll be doing the same thing that the best part 60 is doing. You know, it'll be the same colors. The reason why I chose different channels, if you watch my videos, sometimes I have my dance floor red, and you see the background is cyan, the uplighting is cyan, or I use the dance floor is changing colors, and the background is a static color. You know, that's the reason why I put in different channels. You know, you can mess with it, have more fun with them. But yeah, hopefully that helps out. Let me know. Remember, on DMX right here, make sure it's on DMX1. Make sure your ID is correct. If you don't know what ID you're using, select the color first. And on this one, start changing your ID slowly until you get connections. Make sure you have the address right. Make sure you have your fixtures right. And I'm not sure this fixtures right here. I got to unplug it to show you the fixtures. I believe I have it. I found it on, let me see if it tells me. I'm getting a call. Let me see. I believe it doesn't show. It doesn't show. But anyways, I'm getting a call. So I'll let you guys go. I'm out. Peace.